What happened?
I'm like,
Are you nervous?
yeah, because there's a little puppy over there, but I just kind of like.
I'm pretty sure Maverick can handle that little puppy.
I know. That's what I'm scared of.
Veronica coming?
Yeah.
Is she meeting us here? Or does she want to meet us? Because what we do is we walk on the outside of the park.
Okay. She is gonna be here at 32, I think.
Oh, that's in 1 minute.
Yeah. So then by the time she walks here, but I can tell her to. Oh.
She can meet us over by the Thin Man on Oz and on Webster and Larrabee right here. Oh, so yeah, what Bree did was she put up these two, and she locked them, and she kept this one down, and she was just walking like this with it, and then she would just when she needed to anchor, she would just set it down on that one leg. Yeah, and then when the person was moving, she was walking. So.
Okay. Where are the streets?
Webster and Larrabee. In terms of, did he have a prong before?
Yeah.
He did?
This was the wrong one.
Yeah.
He told me that, and then I told you that I had literally like 6 of them because everybody's like, it's wrong, and I was like, okay. So I think I have like every size. This one was just like the one that my brother's like, you're choking him, and I was like, okay. Change it to this one.
I would, if you want more control, I would suggest we get him fitted with the correct size prong.
No. Wait.
Relax. Yeah. And now stay where you are. Lightly pull towards you. Okay. Grab closer to the. Okay. So here, because you want to make him move to you. Okay. Is when you grab closer to the. Yeah, you have more immediate leverage.
Okay.
Okay. So. There, what you're wanting Maverick to do is to accommodate you, right? So you were correct, you were here, dog's coming. I don't want you to panic. Your first instinct should always be to short advantage, okay? And it's just, all he did was huff.
Yeah.
That was it, that's nothing.
Yeah.
We see some crazy dogs, okay? That was nothing. So then you tapped him, which was fine, but the tap was so harsh for that little behavior, and I'm not saying it was wrong.
Okay.
It was just that he moved, and he said, okay, well, I'm gonna just give more space now.
Yeah.
You let it pass, and then when I said grab it up higher, you grabbed it up higher, but then you ended up standing next to him.
Oh, yeah.
And really what we would have wanted to do was use that tension to guide him back over to us. Okay?
Yeah.
You texted her?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll walk over to where the Tin Man and we can meet up with her.
He's getting neutered tomorrow, and we have to like touch test. That they gave me like the wrong dog, and then like that actually happened to one of my friends.
Oh, really?
Dogs at the groomer. Twice they gave her the wrong dog, and she's like, "Can I just have my fucking dog?"
What the hell?
So I was confused that they gave me the wrong dog or they did the wrong surgery. I'm pretty sure with Maverick.
We're gonna walk over here to the statue. What's up? Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk on the outside of the park here to make things easier. Okay? You're okay.
I'm like, I still have it on.
She keeps tipping down. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to walk on the outside of the park. Did you bring muzzle for her?
I do have the soft muzzle.
Yeah, sure.
I have to change my voice. Sit.
Yep. You got everything today. You got the water bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I
got the
everything.
utility knife.
Utility
Like, don't you try to run up on me, man. Sometimes I forget that I have mine.
I forgot the muzzle.
Yeah. And like I've gone into bars. I've gone to bars, and I don't think of this as a knife.
Oh, and they take it away.
It has a knife on it. And I got, I didn't get kicked out, but I had to use the bathroom upstairs. They had security. So they patted me down, and the guy's like, what's this? I'm like, oh, it's my lemon. He's like, that's a knife. And I was like, oh, all right. Like, I'll go put it in the car.
Tea. Did you have to go put it in your car? Because they took away my pepper spray one time and then we said it.
Ask up, and then would you fit this muzzle? There you go. Enrique's gonna help you. So I think it's a little too loose on top, Enrique.
We have to wear face masks.
Vanessa called it my other sister, her coronavirus mask.
Oh, really?
She's like, is this teeth coronavirus?
We do it when we're gonna go into like the client's personal space and stuff. I forgot mine. Mine's at the facility.
Nice. Sit.
Okay. And
Loose or?
I haven't actually
yeah,
tried this one yet.
you should be able to get 0 fingers underneath the strap. And what we'll do to start, Enrique, is I'll have you handle T, because we're probably gonna have to force condition. Try switching with Veronica so that you're over T and you can just slip it over her head. There you go. There you go. Okay. So go ahead and take the leash. So what we're gonna have to do here, because since she's uncomfortable with the muzzle, is probably force condition. And going to pull up Enrique and then tap, and then hand Enrique your remote. Okay.
Yeah, I forget about it too.
It's all right.
Pretty wild.
Good.
Okay, it's at 77.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you know what to do with the force condition, right, Enrique?
Yeah, Bane was doing the same thing.
Yeah. So just pull straight up, tap, and it just keep moving. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do. I'm gonna have you bring T out to your right side. So it's gonna be T, Enrique, Valerie, then Maverick. All right. So it's gonna be dog, person, person, dog. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and you'll hug on the left. We're gonna walk down this way, and I'll be cameraman.
T on my left.
T on your right. You're gonna move her out to your right. What's up?
Oh, you're doing T on the right?
Yeah. So don't worry about the heel. Don't worry about the heel. This is just so that we can do the exercise. Okay. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Tap, tap, tap. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Keep walking. Tap, tap. Bump your number. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Bump it again. Yep.
She really wants to try right now.
Yeah. Tap, tap. Up, tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Bump it. Tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Good. Tap, 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 tap. What's your number now?
127.
Okay. Hug to your right, Enrique. There we go. And then now, tap, 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 tap. Good. Thanks. We're gonna keep like this for now, and then we're gonna close it once we get to the end of this stretch, because we got to get T comfortable with that muzzle first before we move on to closing that gap and getting them into each other's personal space. Okay?
The other one, sorry.
It's all right. So this is what we call force conditioning. This almost always happens because we're taking away her primary source of defense, right? Yep. Tap, 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 tap. Yep. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. And you're gonna pull higher up, Enrique, when she's you're like practically picking up that front quarter off the ground, so that she has to really focus on those hind legs. Good, keep forward. Now tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, yep, there you go. As we start to bring in Maverick, she's probably gonna escalate again and fight the muzzle, okay? So just so you have a heads up. Tap, tap, tap. Good. So what we're gonna do is once we make a left here at the Black Lives Matter banner, is we're going to close in with Maverick, and it's gonna be Maverick, Valerie, Enrique, T. So you're gonna be walking side by side, okay? What's his number right now for Maverick? Okay, so go ahead and get him, do a turn tap. Get him in line, tap, tap, tap. Good. Yep, tap, tap, tap. Tap, yep, forward. There you go. Tap, 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 tap. Yep. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Relax, yep. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. You say you didn't bring your other one, Val? I mean, Veronica? Yeah.
Why this one's already...
She's ripping it, yeah.
I know.
It's coverage.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, keep her moving. Tap, 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 tap. You might have to do some continuous bursts. Tap, 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 tap. Go ahead and turn. Turn, Enrique. Yeah. It's okay. Have you done any muzzle training?
No.
Yeah. Right?
That's because she always cuts her face.
Yeah. So here, I'd revisit that.
Okay.
Because so what happens is the muzzle conditioning with the food makes it easier,
Yeah.
but this almost always happens because she doesn't like having that on her face. So now we're gonna try to move forward. You might have to do continuous bursts if she keeps fighting again. I think that's probably her second win, so hopefully we don't have to. Yeah, but keep it up there, okay? So now we're gonna go back to what we were gonna do, is T on the right with Enrique, and then Valerie, then Maverick. Okay? So go ahead and start walking. Go ahead and shorten your leash here. There you go. And walk. Go ahead and hug into your right a little bit, Valerie. To your right. Your right.
The other way.
There you go. Like that. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're slowly going to incorporate Maverick into T space and vice versa. Is typically when people want to have their dogs meet or say hi, they have them meet face to face, and face to face is going to lead to a dog fight. Okay. And for dogs that are friendly, there's usually tension, like they like stand in posture. So, but since they're friendly, it doesn't escalate. But when you get a dog that's more suspicious, or just more so just not social, it's most likely going to end up into a escalation or dog scuffle or fight. So what I do is I slowly integrate them, bringing that gap closer and closer, so that she doesn't feel like she's forced to have to meet Maverick. And then at the end of it, we'll see how they do, and they're like coexisting with each other. Okay? You feeling okay?
Oh no, I'm just looking at her face.
Yeah, I know. It's
okay.
It's got a little nick on her eye there. Yeah. Good. We're gonna just.
Throw the other one in the backpack and I got home from work a little late.
That's all right.
Walked her better.
The other one probably would have been technically worse because she could either rip off.
One?
For today, yeah, because what would have happened was she might have ripped off her dew claws, or since she can actually reach her face, this I think protected her face. She just nicked her eye. We're gonna turn left here. Yeah, go ahead and keep moving. So what we're doing here is just burning off some energy, but also getting her used to just being in Maverick's space. And she's more so concerned with that muzzle than she is with the with Maverick's presence.
Definitely.
But now she's starting to give up that muzzle as she gets more.
When we get closer to the other dogs, just be ready.
Oh yeah, he's got the collar. I think was it you or Bree, Enrique, that worked with T for the muzzle conditioning?
I did Bree.
It was Bree, yeah. Because we did a little bit when she was with us that one day.
I have two of them actually, two sizes just in case.
Yeah.
And then that one was the coronavirus mask my sister got. I can send them both when I get sent her with you guys again.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do once we hit the end of this stretch here is we're going to move T into the left side, Enrique. And then Val, you're going to make sure that you just keep Maverick to your left side. So we wouldn't want him to cross over like he did just there. He must like Enrique's cologne, so he's going to give it a little whiff.
Switch now, or down
At the end. Once we hit that, the Larrabee. Do you drive or do you Uber over here?
Yeah, I don't have a car yet.
Because I had a client take like a Uber or Lyft over here, and they kept canceling on her because of the dog.
There's a pet option now. I didn't know this until, but I usually just bring a towel, like for their car.
Sure. For Uber?
I tip the Uber whatever, yeah. And then, you know, usually they're just like, oh, she's friendly.
Where you going?
I'm sure they're not supposed to say no, though. I don't know how true that is.
I used to Uber,
Okay.
and I can't remember. That was like 8 years ago. I think you're correct. But I think there's like a couple, like you said, you bring a towel and everything.
I bring a towel, I bring cash to tip them.
Yeah, now switch.
I'm like,
Yeah. When I was talking to her, I was like, I'm surprised there's not a pet, like you said, a pet option. So
yeah,
at least
there is an option now. I've actually found it, but I haven't used it because I'm so used to doing it the other way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotcha. I think she used Lyft. Maybe that's what it was. And
Yeah.
but
I don't know. Yeah.
good. So we're just slowly bringing them together. So the reason why we do this is to more so build like a friendship, if you will. So as humans, you know, we can go to a bar, we can go to a restaurant, we can go to the movies, we can go for a walk together. Like there's countless things that we can do as humans to build relationships or friendships with people. And for dogs, you know, they play, they walk, they hunt it. They would hunt it if they could. They eat, they rest, they use the bathroom, and like maybe one other thing or two. You know, there's very limited. Like they don't read books or anything like that. So
They don't play Uno in Michigan.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's only 3 of those things technically are relationship building: resting, traveling or walking, and resting, traveling, and playing. Right? Play, probably a bit too much for the both of them right now.
Yeah.
Resting state, well, they're not going to be tired. They're going to be all amped up in the beginning. So I use the walking,
Yeah.
and we slowly just integrate them until they're like side by side. So then she's walked with Maverick now for like the past 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That the more she's with him, she cares about him less. Okay, like like his presence. Okay. Now as we start to get them closer together, we're going to be watching the both of them, because you know Maverick might be uncomfortable with T, or T might be uncomfortable with Maverick. If that's the case, we either correct it or we just keep walking until eventually they get used to that and they stop caring. Okay, so it's really simple to do. The hard part is, ideally, if I could do this, I walk them for like at least 45 minutes together to really burn off a lot of energy and use that to my advantage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, at least like 10 to 15 minutes of walking and slowly getting them closer to closer is what I would do if the owner was doing like a shortened version of the exercise. We're gonna keep going forward, and then once we hit the next, like that Black Lives Matter banner again, we're gonna bring Maverick over to your right side, okay, Valerie? But what we'll do there is, since you're bringing them closer to T, you're gonna be a little bit more to the left just to add some space in between them. But we still got a little bit ways to go. How was T with the new place?
At the new house? She's good. There's a new dog that moved in front door. So, like yesterday they were out there. I'm like, okay. They told me their dog's old and had a stroke. So I'm like, okay.
Shouldn't be a problem.
We could do this and, walk right past them. But
Sure.
I'm like, I'm not ready yet. So I just went the other way. I just took her to the back to pee really quick.
Sure.
And then I was just taking her out really quick. And then
It's funny because I actually had a consultation like literally a block south of you before the coronavirus.
Oh.
By that coffee shop. Was it
Yeah.
Dollop or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love, they have
They got good coffee.
Yeah, they do. And they have really good, like, sweets with blueberry Danish.
Oh, really?
Bomb. Yeah.
Don't tell me. I'll go
I know.
there.
I'm like, I'll work out just so I can have that. I'll work out to eat.
I'm doing an online personal trainer thing.
How's it?
And
Like it?
yeah, well, I used to watch calories and all that stuff, and you kind of forget about it.
Oh.
And then she like reminded me about it, and she's like, eat what you want. She's like, just make sure your calories are correct for the day, and you know the protein, the like all that. Yeah. So it's been helping out a lot. It's just getting used to tracking everything.
Yeah.
But now I got to start, obviously working out, whatever. But step at a time. So I can't do no blueberry danishes.
Like a quarter of one. That's what I do, portion control.
Oh, really?
I
I have no portion
can
control.
have I can have one, and I'll have 4 little sweet treats like in 4 days. But
Oh, really?
yeah,
When it comes to sweets, I have no portion control. I'll eat them all. Like a box of Oreos, forget
I
about
want
it.
salty stuff. Cheeseburgers. Can't say no. Can't do it. I just have a cheeseburger.
You gotta have
But
fries.
Danish, I can break it up.
All right. I keep wanting to say Alaska because I trained a girl pitty that looked just like.
Benny's dog, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, that's right. That's how you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, my aunt. That's how I found you.
I remember.
And it was so funny because I was like, Benny from Alaska, the place? Duh, Alaska was his dog. Yeah.
She's getting old. My pitty's getting old too. She's 8. Oh, my pitty's 8. I'm not sure.
That's not old, is it?
Well, she's starting to turn white around the muzzle and stuff. So, my Chihuahua, I was just telling Enrique, his face used to be all black. Now it's like it's like half white now. So here, once we turn left and we have a bit more space, we're going to bring in Maverick to your right side valve, but then you're going to give some distance. There you go. Yeah, that's good. And then we're slowly just going to ease him into being next to T here. Is T short for something?
Aisha.
Huh?
Taisha?
I don't think it's not Taisha.
What?
I think it's for Tina, but yeah, no, Taisha sounds funnier.
Oh.
Hi,
Okay.
Yeah,
Just watch here, Enrique, because she might fight that muzzle again.
Okay, yeah. There doesn't look like there's much left.
Right?
I thought there was nothing behind the green, but it looks like there's black behind it. So she only tore the outside of it. Okay, so here what we're gonna do is, we're gonna have to fix that prong. Would you fit that prong? And then I'm gonna take T. You can take your remote as well. Get all this stuff here. Yep. There we go.
Above E-collar or what is it?
Just below the E-collar, so it's higher up on the neck. And then clip that leash to his flat collar so we don't get a, yeah. This is day in the office, yeah. Just let her rest for a second. Yeah, it looks like she just nicked above her eyebrow. Put a little Neosporin.
Take some off, right?
What's up?
Take some off.
Yeah.
Joey was like, it's too small.
How many did you take off? Probably maybe one more. How many are left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make it 6.
Yeah, and fit it above the E-collar.
Oh.
They got me working camera duty.
You mean hold the dog?
Nah, it's okay. She's doing good.
She's very well.
Once we get towards the end, we'll pass off to you so you can get used to that because you're probably going to get a little nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. So that fitting should have it give you more immediate control. So we want to prevent Maverick from trying to sniff Miss T here, Miss Taisha. Okay. So go ahead and move forward. And actually, go and adjust your slip, Enrique, with Taisha here. I'm gonna say that now.
That's okay.
And put it above her e-collar. There we go. There you go. Nope, good. Now, just be mindful, Enrique, because that's fitted reverse on the slip. Right? So it should be fine because it's straight on top. But if it was down to the side, it'd most likely lock. You know what I'm saying?
I see, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll work with that for now. As long as it's on top, it shouldn't be an issue. Just be mindful of that. All right. So go ahead and hug to the right, Enrique. And then you can go ahead and go on the sidewalk here, Val. And then we'll just slowly close that gap. What's your number for Maverick, Val?
70.
Give a tap here. Tap, tap, tap. Go ahead and bump it. Go to 80. Tap. Tap. Tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. 90. So as he gets hot with the heat and the movement, he's not going to perceive the collar like earlier. So we're going to need a little bit more power to get through. Tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap. Tap, tap. 100. That's a little better. Yep. Tap. There you go. Tap. Tap. Tap, tap, tap. 110. And you're pressing the bumpy button, correct? Okay. Tap. There it is. Good. Yep, keep them to your right. Watch the bike. You got it. Good. Who walked them? Walked to you with the pack? Was that you or Brianna?
I've never met you.
Okay, that was Bree then.
We walked. Yeah, she said. Well, she walked with another dog. That was muzzled.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said.
And I think she did fine. I don't think there was any issues.
Yeah.
That was good. Good.
She told me. I walked her with another dog.
So you see how close they are here? So we're just getting T used to that closeness. What we look for here are like, and you as you get that little tug, exactly, like the hackles, hackles, ears, tail, posture, you know, all that stuff.
She's kind of uncomfortable. So.
Yeah, but that's why. So if we see that, I tell people not to worry about it.
Yeah.
We just keep walking, and eventually, as she gets comfortable, you're gonna start to see that settle. And then that's why I do a good distance before trying to incorporate them together. So like if you did this in the neighborhood.
Watch out for the off the leash there.
Yeah. We'll hug to the right.
Okay.
But keep forward.
Right.
I think those are the owners right there.
Yeah. And he's concerned about this wall.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
So if you guys did this, you know, yourselves, like I'd walk like 2 blocks with them and then closer than 2 blocks, then closer than 2 blocks. Yeah. So you have a little bit of a structure there.
We had walked them, but kept them socially
distant. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in Michigan when we.
Hug to the left. Very good. Yep. Keep forward. Good.
That dog's just walking around. All right, back to the right. So watch for this runner.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Good. And we see them all the time here. Off-leash dogs. Good. So what we'll do is here at the corner, we're gonna go down about halfway, and then we'll give them a resting break so they can like just coexist in each other's space.
Okay.
And then see what happens. Do you want to take T now? You can hand off to Veronica.
I have to walk around, right?
Is she on your right? So let's go ahead and put Mav on your left. Good. Yep. And then same stuff.
Okay, thanks. Keep walking.
Yep. So T may behave a bit differently because she's got you now. Okay, so go ahead and relax your arm. Right? And then you'll just catch up to Val and Maverick here. Here you go, Enrique. You can take a nap. Back to your left, good. We'll make a left here. Yeah, and we'll go in the shade of the trees over there. Yeah, so we'll keep straight on the sidewalk. Yeah, we'll just keep towards and make a left on the sidewalk. And then once we get to those trees over there, we'll stop for a rest break. Good, go ahead and come in closer, Veronica. You can come in closer. Yep. There you go. You're good. Relax that arm. There you go. Watch for dogs, because some people sometimes off leash here. We'll go down just a bit, then we'll step off to rest.
Oh, for the
Look on this little hill right here. And relax a bit. And just be careful, we don't want any face-to-face.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead and come in a little bit with T and shorten your leash with Maverick a bit. And put Maverick on your left. Yeah. And then just loop around so your Maverick's right next to T. There you go. Okay. So we're just coexisting, okay? So it's a very slow process, but I do it because it's easier for people to replicate this, okay? So for anybody that wants to socialize their dog, I always tell them this exercise. This is much more realistic and much more natural for the dogs. Because when we greet them and it's face-to-face like this, it's very unnatural. That's a confrontation, most likely gonna end up in a dog fight, okay, or whatever. So here, you can see she's more concerned about just like cooling off and camping and stuff. So we use that to our advantage, okay? Let's go ahead and bring in Maverick just a little bit closer to T, okay?
Like, don't make me go.
So just pull, right there, right there. So all that movement and that energy for her is uncomfortable. Okay, and that's normal. The way to make her, to teach her how to get comfortable with it is to expose her, have her be around it. This is good. There you go. There we go, good. She looks at Maverick for a quick second, and that tail wags for a moment, and then settled. So that tail wag in that moment where they looked at each other, there's like a deep look in the eyes, there you go. And she wagged her tail. It's not so much happiness, it's more so like stimulation. Okay, there was some kind of thought on the brain, whether it be tension, discomfort, curiosity. So it's nothing good or bad. So I don't want you to think tail wagging is always happy. Tail wagging can simply mean like, yeah, I'm thinking about something, right? And I like this because now they're both in a resting state. So earlier I said there's 3 ways for dogs to build bonds: traveling, resting, or playing, right? So here, we went from traveling to resting state. And what T is learning is I can be next to another dog and not feel threatened or feel the need to protect myself, okay? So when we make friends, like we don't just like befriend someone and then 30 minutes later say like, hey, you want to borrow my car, right? Like it's like, you don't know that person, right? Yet people expect their dogs, once they meet, to right away be completely friends, right? Now, are some dogs capable of it? Yeah. You know, like the super friendly dogs are non-threatening, but most of the time, or in my experience, a lot of dogs don't like that, okay? So we do things like this because T would see Maverick again on a somewhat regular basis, right? So she would see him so many times, and you repeat this exercise, and she goes, oh, and then one day you may see, she sees Maverick, and she's like this. Now she's relaxed, now she's loose, and now she's recognizing Maverick as a friend more so than like, who's this dog? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Questions so far about this?
No, in Michigan we walk them a lot, but then we set up gates just to be safe.
Just to be safe, yeah. Now, just because, like, let's say,
No, there's a lot of property, so we walk them a lot to try to get, like, after, because it's a 6-hour drive. So we walk
Do you think
them.
she remembers him?
oh yeah. When's the last time she met him?
Yeah, she hasn't seen him for a while now.
How old is she now?
She's going to be 6.
She's gonna be 6.
Well, he was like 6 months.
And he got so big. So she brought him over and he got so big so fast. They've also gone on socialization. We've walked on like a lot probably. Like,
But they've just not been like close.
They haven't seen each other since.
they haven't seen each other since Michigan, I think, right?
So he was like 6 months old and now he's so in like a year.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah. So, like those walks that you did, even if they were distance, is still beneficial. Okay. The only thing you didn't have was the knowledge to close that gap. So, like when I get dogs that are antisocial with people, let's say people coming into the home, the owner will say like, you know, the dog's seen my dad 100 times, but still doesn't like my dad. And I go, because your dog's still being territorial, so it's not allowing the dog to trust or build curiosity. Once we address that issue, typically the dogs turn around with that particular person really quick because they've already seen him 100 times. Just the territorial behavior had never been addressed. So here, she'd seen Maverick several times, and she does remember him. It's just you didn't have the insight to close that gap.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to looser coexistence, meaning, let's say you're in a yard, and you know we got them to the point where they're walking, and she's like, okay, like here's Maverick, no big deal, right? But then Maverick goes to you. That might upset you
Yeah.
because that's a different context.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? Because now he's going into your personal space. Like she's fine with him being loose or whatever, but then when she sees him going in your personal space, she might think, wait a minute, I don't like that too much. Oh. Or if she's at your feet like this for like 10 minutes and then Maverick invites himself in. I don't know if you've ever seen like people call it jealousy. They're like, oh my dog gets jealous, and they'll like get in between. You may potentially see something there because she's guarding you. She's saying, this is my owner. Stay away. Okay. So just because she's fine with them in one setting doesn't mean she's going to be fine with them in every setting. I just want you to keep that in mind.
Your tail when you laugh.
When you took her, she was wagging her tail. When you took her from the vacation, she was like this. So, you know, that's excitement and stimulation. So that's the association she has with you. It's fine. Like when I go to my guys, they obviously wag their tails. What I don't want is over the top excitement, over stimulation, where that leads to jumping or barking or stuff, because that can very easily lead into reactivity. Okay? Questions?
Do you want to give him a bit water?
Oh, yeah.
A little water break?
If I take this thing off, I can breathe.
You don't have a spray bottle?
Huh?
Spray it in there.
Oh,
Kidding.
oh, I brought one of those. Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Did you bring one of these?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Take this thing off, or are we gonna put it back on?
See if she'll drink from it,
Oh, okay.
and then if not, then we'll remove it.
Water?
So I feel like she might be able to drink.
See?
You want to bring it to her? Bring it to her mouth and see if she'll. Yep. You're fine. Go in and remove it. There you go.
Drink water, Mama.
Yeah, girl. And when they get really hot, what you can do to cool them off is pour water on the muzzle, underneath the chin, and then on the chest and the paws. You don't want to pour ice cold water over their head because you could send them into shock. Okay. Like sometimes they'll dip their head in just like lukewarm water, like that's fine. But you don't want it to be ice cold because then that can get bad.
Drink water.
It's like a little cow.
See? Little gray cow.
My dad called it a cow.
So you see how like Maverick moves and she doesn't care?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
tired, yeah.
You want to see if you can slip it back on her?
Yeah.
We'll try to do one quick little walk, and then we'll cap it there, and you can remove it.
Nice, nice.
Right?
Tea.
Oh, I think you put it back or upside down. See how it's pushing her eye? Let's go ahead and fit it correctly. It's good that she's not finding it though.
Hang on, I'm sorry. Let me set it off. Here's your water. Want to drink water?
Right from behind, like just stand over her. There you go. That'll probably be the easiest. Get all our things ready. Excellent. And we'll just go keep it right here for now. You got like 10, 12 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start moving, and then we're just going to close them in together again. And we'll go towards the right here. Going to come in closer, Veronica, with T. There we go. And what we're going to do here, yep, you're good, and then back in again.
Sorry.
You're okay. Is we're going to see if Maverick will keep it straight. We're going to slow down with Maverick, and then you're going to bring him up to T's rear to see if he'll sniff as we're walking. So we're going to see how she feels about it. Yep. So go to let him go a little forward, and it's like try to maneuver him by her rear to see if he sniffs at all. Go to keep walking. All right, let's go to reverse. Go ahead and put Maverick in front, and then T will try. We'll see if T will sniff Maverick's rear. Yep. We're going to walk slower with Maverick. There we go, and just keep moving, but slower to give T the opportunity, the chance to sniff here. A little slower with Maverick. Yep, back to your left. You got it. Good. Speed up the speed a little bit. See if she'll... Is she pulling back?
Sure.
Does it feel like she's pulling back when you try to bring her up?
A little bit.
Try pulling a little bit more. Yeah, so you see how she's kind of holding back?
Yeah.
Go ahead and relax, and go ahead and just walk beside with Maverick.
Okay.
And we'll just watch these dogs here.
Yeah.
So, Maverick didn't seem like he had any, interest. And T is uncomfortable, which is why she was resisting and holding back. There you go.
Yeah, get out.
And then come in on the sidewalk with Maverick. There you go. Careful. Yeah, shorten your leash. There you go. Good. And we're going to make a 180 here once we get to the banner, and we'll walk back towards the Tin Man.
Her body language is still tense, right?
No, she's nice and relaxed. She's not caring. Her ears are back, tail's down. I haven't seen her hackles. Good, so we're getting ready to turn here. And ladies, turn this way, there you go. And then bring Maverick, yeah, to the side. Sorry, not that turn.
180 turn.
Okay.
Now we're good.
You're gonna just keep walking.
I know. I thought about it. Go to the sidewalk, and we'll go to the Tin Man, and we'll cap it there, okay?
Come on, ma'am.
Yeah, you got it correct. That was correct. Yep. We're going to plug onto the sidewalk.
Walk next to them or behind them? Or
Next to them. Yep. Because she's not going to sniff. She's not ready yet.
Okay.
And Maverick didn't really have any real interest at the moment.
Oh yeah.
That's on him.
Oh. And then that's it. Really? Oh. Steven, my other brother,
Huh?
he has a giant husky, and his bark is
Loud?
yep. And yeah, I was like, what did Maverick? I was asking her what happened, and she's like, oh, he bullied Maverick.
Huh?
And I'm like, well, that didn't work with T.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
My brother's always like, no, they're fine. And Maverick's like yelping to get, he's like jumping on him, and I'm like, okay, they're not.
How much bigger is the husky? From
He's big.
Taller and like
Taller
wider.
and his
Okay.
bark is it's a very loud, frightening bark. So the first time that my dog met that dog, well, they met in the snow, and then Maverick's bark scared T so much that she jumped up. And then we made the mistake of putting them inside after they were in the car for 6 hours.
Oh.
And there was a toy, and I don't know what happened, but he bit Denali. We kept them separate for the rest of the trip.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. He's coming up. There you go.
But nobody.
You good?
Wait, one is with blue eyes.
Very good. And what we'll do is we'll step off right here, just between these trees. And let them rest again. Very good. Good. So the hardest part out of all of this was just the milk. But after we force conditioned it, when you went to put it on the second time, she cared very, very little about it, tolerated it. That's partially like just overriding her and her tolerance. There's going to be a breaking point. The second part was now she's just so tired, she doesn't have the energy to fuel the resistance. Yeah. Do remember that your max and your collar so adjusted right now, so you don't forget. Yeah. So we want to go back to our normal numbers.
Video of Sally bullying Yeah, here's. So that's Mila, she just runs around. And that's Denali.
Oh yeah, he's a good size. Yeah, kind of looks like an Akita.
He's big, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And my brother's like, he's playing.
Nah, he's dominating.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of dominating stuff we play. But yeah, he's really like asserting himself there.
I was like, Josh, can you control your dog? And he was like, he's fine, that's how he plays. And I was like, and then he like jumps and like steps on him when he's on the floor.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Arr!" And I'm like,
yeah. Until he does it to the wrong dog, and then it's gonna be a problem.
well, he's never really around other dogs. Only like,
Just the family dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so somebody, or that he's, oh wait, did you say this? Or somebody else? That because Maverick still has his stuff.
Yeah.
That the other dogs like,
You're not
do you think
targeted.
that's why?
Potentially.
Yeah, because he didn't do that much when he was younger.
Yeah. No, now Maverick's got testosterone running through his veins and stuff like that.
So it's all going to be gone?
So what happens is the levels dip. That's a good question. I would assume yes, because that's where the testosterone is produced. So typically any testosterone-based behaviors that start when neutered go away within about a month. So like we have a dog right now that was unneutered, and I suggested the owners neuter him. And because he was mounting the other dog and starting a dog fight, and then he was like fucking his bed and everything. Yeah, and they said as soon as they brought him home, done. Like, they haven't had that issue.
Is it going to change his personality?
He'll just be a couple ounces lighter.
And he like follows me around everywhere. Is he just going to be like, I hate you?
No, that's just, no. Dogs don't think like that.
Has he talked? When Stephanie's been around?
What?
No, has he talked?
No.
Talked.
Oh, right, like the
vocal,
husky,
yeah.
Yeah.
So now, in terms of going forward for you, if you want to socialize them, this is how I go about it. Okay? We start off with the dogs on each end, dog, person, dog. You walk at least a couple blocks, then bring them closer, then closer, walk some more, tire them out. Then we end with like some meandering, or you can do like the nose to butt that we tried to do to see if there's any interest. If there's no interest, I don't worry about it, and I keep repeating that. Okay, that's what's going to help Maverick break out that social circle. But you know, you would do it each time. So like for you guys, you keep doing it until like you would see him like see T, he's all nice and relaxed. He's like, hey, it's my buddy T. Then he's starting to open up and like trust. The same thing for her as well. Okay. Questions on any of this?
Oh yeah, like if she were to bring him to my house, I could just put her in a crate and that would be right,
Or a cage?
Well, if you're trying to get them to coexist,
crate, like,
I would do a walk and then into the house, and you would do Maverick then T. You wouldn't do T then Maverick.
Oh, because it's T's house?
Yes, because then I've seen it where the dog will whip around and then they'll start protecting the house, so you reverse it, so you avoid that context. Because if you put her in the kennel and Maverick comes in, she's going to be territorial. And it's gonna, you're going to start on the wrong foot. So I would go for a quick walk around the neighborhood, okay? At least 10 to 15 minutes, same process, and then end with Maverick walking in the home and then T walking behind. And you can put T like on place or something that she can keep Maverick by her. And you're slowly building to them being loose and coexistent. You could actually advance faster, but I'm trying to give you tools so that you advance slower, but you're going to be more successful. So you don't feel bad if something happens. Okay? Other questions? I would suggest in the beginning, because it's going to make you feel better. Yeah. Once you start to see T loosen up, then in the beginning, I let them coexist, and then you can start to remove it until you see consistency. Okay? Just because it went well today doesn't mean it's always going to go well. Right? There's going to be little changes here and there. Like most people wouldn't think like, oh, if the dogs are friends, I can just bring the dog in, right? And they go, no, because it's territory.
Yeah, at the house.
It's different. Okay, so the muzzle allows for mistakes to happen, and we don't have to worry about a vet bill, and you can worry less about should something happen, is anything bad going to happen? Like you can correct it, T doesn't do anything, and then you're able to keep progressing. Okay. Other questions?
Just pray for Maverick, okay?
Surgery.
I'll light a candle for him.
I've had so many bad dreams that I'm like, they give me the wrong dog back, or they do the wrong surgery.
They change his sex.
Yeah.
Comes out a female. Nah, it'll be fine. So.
Then he would be my lead. That's gonna be his sister in 3 years. A golden retriever.
Miley. Coming in on the wrecking ball.
After Maverick.
Yeah.
Coming in.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So.
And what about T? He needs a boyfriend. I'm just kidding. If I had two large,
Okay, so now he's gonna get neutered, and then you go back to Carbondale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're actually gonna be here for a week again.
Okay.
We're leaving on Friday instead because I wanna just have my mom after. Even though she's like, I'm not gonna be able to look at him, and I'm like, stop! I need your help.
It usually takes 7 to 10 days for a dog to recover from a neuter.
Okay.
Keep them out of, if it's raining, be very careful. Don't take them out
Puddles.
because there's
Yeah.
moisture in there, so there's spread infection. Otherwise, if you have any questions, you know to reach us.
Yeah.
When you're in Carbondale, you can set up Zoom sessions as well,
Okay.
so that we can help you via Zoom. If everything's going good, just hold on to your lessons, and once you come back, you say, hey Jesse, I'm back, I'd like to do more stuff with Maverick, to continue where we left off.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Otherwise-
be back in September and then October for Halloween.
Okay.
For the baby shower. So yeah, I'll set something up for that.
Yeah, and definitely do it ahead of time.
Okay, yeah.
Because I know my schedule's filling up more. We're starting to like recover from COVID or whatever. So I'm not sure what my schedule's gonna look like at that point.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I would just plan it with Maria.
Okay,
Get that out the way so we're not worried about it.
Okay.
Okay?
And then my cousin, with the baby coming out soon.
Oh.
Oh yeah, she's got, and the two, one of them's carpet. But I don't know, before the baby comes out, yeah.
When is the baby due?
Huh?
When is the baby due?
In November. Yeah, so.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Oh, what would you do?" I'm like, "You know, you'd have to analyze your."
Yeah.
I don't know if you would go to. She's in both.
Oh, yeah.
So she's far.
Everything is here now.
Okay, cool.
Unless
Yeah.
Enrique's doing home visits.
Okay.
So there's a travel fee for that. And then I do the Zooms with them, and then Enrique does the in-person stuff. So I can do more clients here. Once things go back to normal, I'll do what I used to do, which is I would meet up with people. But so far, this has been working out well. There's a lot of distraction and stuff. So. Okay? Awesome. It was good seeing you, ladies. If you need anything, you let us know.
Okay.
Did you see the video I posted up?
Oh,
The dog one?